Wow. Welcome back. And tonight we have a crazy market again. We have a conundrum. And the conundrum is that we are looking at the Dow Jones and the S&P. And I think it's the S&P hitting an all-time high right now, historical high. And I want to kind of switch over my slides to take a look at the all-time high of the S&P 500, and we shall witness the history right now in the making. Here we go, mama. Wow, this is madness. 4,273 points. We are officially on an all-time historical high of the stock market of 200 years history. This is amazing. All right, now that plays to actually into the really beat of our thesis that we've been talking about since last year. And you know, with so much money flush out in the marketplace, this is a natural phenomena. So we're going to change over right here to the Dow Jones. Dow Jones is not on an all-time high, but is picking up its pace to break the $35,000 mark. All right, so I think we're going to hit that very soon as well. And those are the key metrics that we have to keep studying. All right, so tonight, before we start the class, please make sure you go and visit learn.spiking.com, because we got a big topic tonight. Wow. And what is this big topic? All right, so let me just go and publish it, and you can keep in pace as I teach you, and that's how I hope you can learn from me. All right, so before we get started on looking on the big topic, and that is, will El Salvador and Texas spike Bitcoin? So why don't we jump straight into looking at the price of Bitcoin? I kind of looking at a very interesting price range here today, and here we go. So this is the price of Bitcoin, and we always start off with the year 2021 right over here. This is the interesting line, all right? And this is always starting from 2021. And that's the reason why they are still saying that we are above the start of the year, is on a positive. But if I start drawing the line, all right, I want to show you exactly how do they calculate the first day of 2021, right from that little green candle there. And here we go. This is the mark. And this mark, once it breaches, every media in the world will be talking about Bitcoin right now is negative red zone, red zone, all right? And there's another place that I really need to zoom in and kind of highlight to you guys to help you understand this, which is a very dangerous mark. And this is the $20,000 mark right here. The first time it broke 20,000, it will revisit to break this apart. All right, so this is the 20,000 mark, and that was kind of a breach in December last year. We are looking at this mark, and as I kind of move to the right, you will see there's another important mark right here. So highlighted 20,000 to you already, and we move a little bit across right here. There's another very important mark. It's the 14444 mark right here. This is the candle, right? So we have two very important candles to look out for, and as a result, when we kind of pan it out right here, we know that, hey, we are not out of the woods yet, and we're going to analyze the price of Bitcoin. Today we have a down market for the Bitcoin, all right? So we're going to understand what's causing it despite all the good news. So before we frame the question, we always have to frame the boundary. So let me start drawing like this, and then we're going to dive into the discussion, all right? So I'm going to move it close to here. Here we go. And step one, we look at this 40,000 mark. This is really important. Step two, we look at the 30,000 mark. This is really important. And today, it kind of drop off, bounce back. It doesn't know what it wants to do. It's trading at 32,000, all right? But please remember, when you look at this red box, please remember, we are not out of the woods yet. And just as I was preparing to go live on YouTube, bad news just came out, and we're going to unveil to you how do we balance the bad news with the good news And that's the heart of tonight's sharing. All right. So before we go any further, I want to encourage all of you, go very quickly right here, go and download and enroll into this course called learn.spiking.com. And the big topic for tonight is, will El Salvador and Texas spike Bitcoin? And with that as the backdrop, we're going to start off our class right here tonight. Step 1. Who exactly is El Salvador? Wow. And for us to understand about a country, what is really, really important is to look at it rather than just talk about it. All right. So this is the heart of my thinking. And I'm going to migrate over here to the place where we are used to studying the country. So first of all, we got to know where we are living at. This, my friends, is called Planet Earth. All right, one more time. Planet Earth. Let me introduce you to the world of Planet Earth. All right. Woohoo! Okay. And then we dive in over here and kind of check it out. Where is El Salvador? Right here. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. And look at all the neighboring countries. And I kind of zoom out so that you have a better feel of it. So we are looking at the famous places like Cayman Islands. And then you have Guatemala, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and of course El Salvador is right here. All right. So if you kind of a little zoom out like this, then you know, oh, this is treading on Mexico, right? So we have the Mexico and the US border where Trump famously called it, he's going to build the Great Wall, the Great Wall along here. And thank God, it's our presidency, no time to build the wall. So this is gone already. So this is Mexico, this is United States, and then we go down south, and here we go. El Salvador, Guatemala, and then you go further down, then you have Panama, and of course Colombia, right? And then further down that will be Brazil, and so on. So Venezuela, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, Argentina, and so on. Okay, I want to always get a good context of the countries that we are playing and we are studying, and this is step 1. So once we kind of read out on the Wikipedia, I'm going to jump straight right at the bottom here called complete and continue, so that you really follow closely with me to the class, and I'm going to click right here. And today the big news is that stunned everybody in the world of Twitter space and kind of a broadcast to the world, and that is El Salvador has airdropped $30 in Bitcoin to every adult citizen. Wow! That's like a big topic of the day. And we are waiting for this article to kind of load up. I don't know why it's not loading up, but hopefully it's going to load up soon. Well, if it's not loading up, oh, finally it's loading up. Yeah, there you go. So, we're going to do some math calculation, because this is quite a stunning number until we have the context of what exactly is happening right here, right? So the country is giving out airdrop of $30. I mean, this is like, you got to calculate $30 against every adult citizen. So how many adult citizens are there in El Salvador? So here we go. We're going to kind of magnify on the screen right here and present to you the shocking truth. And based on the analyst Willie Wu right here, he's calculating at the rate of 4.5 million Salvadorans. But this number, more importantly, has to relate to our calculator, right? I want to encourage you, please go ahead, take out your calculator and really do the calculation with me. So step 1, I want you to type in 4.5 million into your calculator, and you got to kind of landscape it, all right, or not? You just type in 4.5 million into your calculator, and he's saying that Bitcoin's global user base will grow by 2.5%. thanks to the influx of 4.5 million. So I'm going to divide by 0.025, and what is the answer right here? This is like, holy moly, this is like 180 million. Oops. Come on, zoom in onto my calculator. How did I do that? Nah, it's not working. Ah, there you go. It's caught it. Okay, the answer is about 180 million. And 4.5 million is like crazy numbers. And then I do a kind of a check. What is the exact population count of El Salvador? And we're going to type in population El Salvador, and but they're only paying out to the adults, all right? So this country has a population of 6.45 million people. And this article itself, it's been tweeted by CZ of Binance. He's jumping the figures. He says 6 million people added to the crypto ecosystem. And there you go. This is the president of El Salvador. And I really like this picture that if you go to learn.spiking.com right now, this president is really cool, all right? Because I put a cool picture of him with another cooler man. Both of us got the laser eyes. And if you go to Twitter, it's kind of funny. I mean, the president is really playing up to this whole idea of Bitcoin and everything. So let me show you what he did on his Twitter profile. That is the president of El Salvador. Here we go. Nayib Bukele. Woohoo! So you have a crazy president putting on the laser eyes. How many of you will actually believe this will actually come true for the leader of a country? All right. So this is, I think, is a really popular kind of information coming out. And I want to encourage all of you, really go and turn on this Twitter culture. I just been there, done that on my profile as well, right? So kind of having fun. Oh, we do it halfway. Maybe I'm going to change it tomorrow. So I got my laser eyes here. But I still got to put on my formal face here because we are still into stock market and options trading, all right? So just bear with me and hope I will transition soon into the full laser eyes. All right, mama. So here we go. This is the entire article, and you can get it on our free online course. Just enroll it. So what I'm going to do is go down below here to the next point I want to share with you. Now, this is viewed as a positive announcement. All right. So this is the president of El Salvador. We've seen him already, and then we click right over here. The second piece of really good news that's coming out is about Texas. As you know, I spoke about this at length. China has banned Bitcoin mining in Mongolia starting step 1, and then extended the ban to Sichuan step 2, and then step 3. What is the real magical number? The real magical number that most people are not really paying attention to is this. Here we go. As I read about it, I look at this with all smiles everywhere, right? It's really this is really good news to us, because what I want to see is this magical number. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. China's ban forces some Bitcoin miners to flee overseas, others sell out. All right. Of course, you look at this article, but you have to read it really with a twisted mind. Okay, I'm going to show you the magical number. Now, where's the magical number right now? Dun 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 dun! I found it. Here we go. The magical number is right here. Can all of you please write down 90%? Please write down 90%. What's the meaning of 90%? 90% means that from this point onwards, there can no longer be any more bad news coming out of China. Because the next headlines, if they say that, oh, they banned to 92% or 95% or 98%, that is marginal already. 90% is like all hell broke loose. We touched the worst of everything, all right? So we don't expect any more bad news to hit us coming out from China. So everybody, are you really, really excited right now? Whoa!
Center of attention, they all want some. I'm like fire, hot as the sun. The floor is burning, call 911.
No more bad news!
Hands on my body, I'm loving the heat, but it won't come easy. Nothing's for free. If you want me, then prove it, baby.
Here we go!
I just wanna party all night long. Ooh, I do it all for fun.
3, 2, 1!
I'm a sinner, let my lover.
Okay, I'm a sinner and I'm back. So why are we talking about China Bitcoin mining ban? Because we introduced to you a new exciting place to look at, and that's our Wild Wild West, Texas. Because all these miners, the moment they got banned in China, they migrated straight out and fly straight into Texas. And we're going to understand this cowboy land, Texas, because it's a cowboy land. And take a look at this important information, all right? Texas is becoming a mecca for Bitcoin miners, and this is the governor of Texas. This is huge. And when I look at this and I want to connect the dots, I say, okay, no more bad news coming out from China. Step 1. Step 2, at least there's a haven, a sugar candy mountain for them to flee to, or else they'll be stuck somewhere. And they have flown right across to Texas. And step 3, I was testing firsthand on the hash power. You know, I migrated coins between 2 exchanges. I spoke about it recently. From exchange A, I moved to exchange B. Oh my gosh, on the day when it came out of the ban, I have to wait more than 1 hour to see my coins move from A to B. And that kind of freaked me out because I'm moving like substantial amount of Bitcoins across 2 exchanges, and I straight away correlate. Okay, true enough, China is really having a big impact in the world of Bitcoin mining. So be it. At least the miners have moved to Texas. So I migrated from A to B, and then after this whole news play out and all the Bitcoin crash came, the very next day, day 2, I say, okay, let's test the thesis. From B, I moved back to A. Guess how long it took? Oh my gosh. It took less than 1 minute. Boom. 1 minute it went through. And I know that has been restored. And I know the worst have already passed through. And that's the reason why I want to share with you this very important piece of article, right? So go and check out this really crazy article from Nikkei Asia. It's really, really well written about the freewheeling cowboy Texas. But as you go down, what exactly do we want to look for? I'm looking for 2 very, very important names, and let me see if I can find it for you right here. Where's my very important name? Is flown. Oh, I guess it's in the other article, right? But what we're gonna see is here. Where is that number? Okay, here we go. American mining companies are gravitating there as well. Blockcat moved its headquarters to Austin, the state capital, in April, and plans to expand its fleet of 42,000 machines, more than doubling its capacity to more than 1% of the entire global Bitcoin hash rate, a measure of the total combined computing power in the network. This is what we are talking about. And when we talk about hash rate, And when we talk about 1%, how do we correlate this? This is becoming really, really important to us. So right now, from this article, we're going to push and connect the dots to the very next important point. Here we go. And we're going to revisit BitcoinTreasuries.org. All right. So when we arrive here, I want to show you some very important numbers. And the very first number is right here on this column. As we know, Bitcoin has a fixed supply of 21 million coins, right? The ETFs right now control 3.885% of the total number of Bitcoins. The countries, there were 2 countries who openly announced, so they have 1.23%. Public companies like MicroStrategy and Tesla, 1.016%. Private companies, 0.651%. But the magical number is this, 6.89%. This is the all-powerful magical number. Because if you are not studying this number, you don't understand the impact. Let me explain to you. We are talking about David versus Goliath. And basically what represents here among ETFs, countries, public companies, and private companies, they represent the Goliaths of the market. But if the Goliaths today are only able to control 6.89%, that means for the ordinary man like you and me, hey, this is sugar candy mountain. Hey, this is what we call blue ocean. Hey, this is called greener pasture. Don't wait for this number to break 10%. It's too late. Right now it's trading less than 10%. Fantastic. And the good news is, for all the drums and whistles about MicroStrategy, they only own 0.5%. And we know he has another war chest of 1 billion ready to deploy anytime right now as we are speaking, right? Because Michael Saylor is very fast. Boom, 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 boom. And he'll do algorithmic trading so that you cannot detect at the point he's purchasing, but you can feel it. If you are trading in an active exchange, you can feel the volume building up. Those are coming from MicroStrategy himself, all right? So maximum is 0.5%. And as I go down here, I want to introduce to you 2 countries. I mean, these were like forward-looking countries, man. How did the heck Bulgaria managed to own 213,000 Bitcoins, which is standing at $7 billion today, controlling 1% of the circulation? How did they manage to do that? Right? So you look at Bulgaria, look at Ukraine, look like these guys are very smart. They openly went after it, declared it. Maybe most of the countries secretly bought it, but didn't want to announce it. But, you know, this is what we are looking at. And then by the time you go to the private companies, it doesn't make sense anymore because these guys are so small, 0.751, and it's a complete waste of time. So I'm showing you this, and then moving on to the area of Bitcoin ETF. Now, I'm going to just kind of organize this. Maybe this is too large. Let me just kind of squeeze it out again. Yep, right now this is nice. This is Bitcoin ETF, 3.885%. And as you know, none of the ETF here is really the big Bitcoin ETF that we're waiting for Securities Exchange Commission to approve. Now you see a few smaller guys like the OTC guys. This is over-the-counter pink sheets. This is no big deal. OTC, this is really small, right? We are waiting for the official Bitcoin ETF to be approved by Securities Exchange Commission. That will open up a completely new floodgates, and that will completely destroy 3.885%. Straight away, I believe it will break about 20%. All right? So we have 2 very, very powerful good news today. Step 1, El Salvador, airdrop $30. Step 2, Texas, a safe haven for the Bitcoin miners, and the hash power has been restored. I tested it myself. Step 3, you are looking at a very, very important number here, which is what I call it the blue ocean number, and that is none other than our 6.89%. Now, please take advantage of this. And then we're going to explain to you today, right now, there was a bad news that came out, kind of slanted the price. Here we go. This is Bitcoin. And of course, you know, for Bitcoin right here, this is a each candle is 1 day, and I'm going to flip this 1 day across to 1 minute. All right, so let me come over here and check out the 1 minute. Here we go. And kind of spooked many people out, because why? Today, what happened? How come it suddenly dropped to 32,000? 33,000 pop, drop to 32,000, 32,000 pop, go up here. So we want to understand what happened at this moment here, and I'm going to show you where I'm looking at. This drop and this vertical drop. So when you see two verticals drop like this, there must be a trigger. And even as I'm speaking right now, it starts to drop again. Can you see this beautiful red drop right now? This is what you need to catch. This is a falling knife. And always remember, do not catch a falling knife. Alright, so do not catch a falling knife.
I told you every single time, don't you worry. You would always call me at the wrong time, so you could know what I was up to. Oh, don't you get that it's just stupid? Hey, just hear me out.
Now, what is this falling knife all about? This is the disease start to spread already, and I need to show you what's the reason behind it. So here we go. We're gonna go to the next page right here, and I've shown you that very, very important number of 6.89. And let's take a look at the bad news. Ladies and gentlemen, as of today, hot. Binance right now is being hammered left, right, center by regulators all over the world. And I believe this is the reason why it caused Bitcoin to drop. So you have the US Justice Department and the IRS going after the ass of Binance. Right now from US, they spread to Japan Financial Services Agency, FSA. And I bet there will be many, many more countries coming for the blood of Binance. All right, because why? They are the biggest of the world. And it is so profitable to go after the rich guy, not the poor guy. You don't spend all your resources going after a poor guy because you can't dig money out of the guy, right? So you always go for the richest guy, and unfortunately that happens to be Binance. And you know, they're going to be hammered left, right, center. More and more countries going to step up and step out to hammer Binance publicly. So you're going to experience this squeeze. And this squeeze is playing right into the strategy of the Americans. They are buying a runway for Coinbase to accelerate and overtake Binance. They are buying the runway for Gemini to overtake Binance, because I just heard today Gemini is probably going to file for IPO this year. And my calculation is, if they want to file for IPO this year, they have to do it before end of September. So look at my fingers right now. July 1 month, August 2 months, September 3 months. If Gemini wants to ring the bell, as in ring the bell, they have to do it before end of September. Why? The reason is very simple. Because the world's #1 brokerage house, Interactive Broker, will be offering crypto trading by the end of summer, and that's the end of September. So they have to catch this window. So all this is a really big political game. I sense it, because Interactive Broker, you can't mess with it anymore because it's listed on the US exchanges. And then you have Coinbase, you can't mess with it anymore. It's under the bodyguard of Securities Exchange Commission. And one more guy to step up and step out, and that is Gemini. That is the next big thing that's going to happen. And with these three players, I think what they hope to achieve is to completely diminish and destroy Binance as the most liquid exchange of the world. So I'm sharing you all this because we are looking at this with an open eyes. And with an open eyes, then and only then, we can look for the golden opportunity to go in and trade this particular game, all right? So once you complete this, you know, on the online course, go and take my quiz and make sure you pass the quiz, all right? Don't be an embarrassment. And please pass it the first time round, okay? Don't be an embarrassment to our spiking community. Get it right the first time round. So I'm going to switch over right now to the price range. I'm lining up war chest. I think this is a golden opportunity, and I'm going to switch back over to the 1 year chart. And here we go. So this is the conclusion of the method for tonight. And I hope you guys really spend your weekend doing self-study, all right? So here we go. I'm going to show you exactly where I'm looking at, and you don't miss out the opportunity, all right? Step 1, here we go. We're going to draw from here all the way to here. This is right now officially the golden red box. And the golden red box says that, you know what? You are looking at between 30 to 40,000 range. This is the range. And since $28,805 has been tested, then straight away we go into step 2 mode. We zoom out and we draw 2 red boxes. Let me just position it nicely. We're going to draw the 2 red boxes starting from here. One more time. Starting from here. Here we go. This is our first red box, and from the first red box I draw the second red box. And don't you find they are so similar in terms of what? Latitude. Same range. So right now we are not out of the woods yet. This is exactly the same range, and the only way for this pattern to play out according to technical analysis is that it must go like this. It must go like this. Alright? So if it goes like this, so look on the left hand side. Let me draw again. On the left hand side, of course it can go as low as 12,000, or the price point I shown you just now on the green candle. So you can go around here, right? So this is what we are planning for the big move, and then we're going to go in and catch up really cheap bitcoins, all right? So I hope you have taken up a really very important lesson from me tonight, and go and share with your friends about YouTube. And more importantly, make sure you enroll to the learn.spiking.com to access to the slides I've shown you tonight. But I'm also going to show you something else, all right? And something else is oops, where's the something else? Hang on a minute. I'm also going to give you Bitcoin. So my next class is coming out on Thursday and Friday. I teach a 2 days class on stocks trading, and in fact in the stocks trading I combine the ideas of stocks, options, and Bitcoin. This is really important. So for 2 days next week, 1st and 2nd of July, I'll be doing 2 consecutive days of live trading. And I'm just preparing for the window. When the window opens up, presents itself, we just go in for the kill, right? So this is a really simple game to make money. So yesterday night, many of our students caught Nike. One of them just sent me made about 100 and how many percent is that? Let me show you what one of our students did. I'm really proud of her, and let's celebrate this together. Wow, first time she broke 100% profit return. And let's go and take a look at this really amazing trade. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Holy mama. Where's this crazy trade? All right, this is called a holy mama trade. Nike, right? And for Nike, 158% profit return. How many days? Ladies and gentlemen, spiking is really famously known as making more than 5 to 100% in just one day. Thursday went in to buy, Friday went out to sell, 158.5% in just one day. Alright, so if you want to learn this very unique form of trading and investment strategy, please join me at spiking.com/2021. And on the way, by the way, I'm going to give you free Bitcoin. I've been doing that since last year. So I hope you have a great day ahead and great evening tonight, and I look forward to seeing you the next week on Monday, same time. And you are just one spike away. Woohoo!